Hold your breath because the scandal that just tore up Yandy and Mendeecees' supposedly ideal marriage is so shocking that even Mona Scott-Young is likely reconsidering her reality TV insurance policy. Did you really? Because Yandy Smith, the self-proclaimed queen of loyalty hashtags and family goals pictures, plans to keep his zipper zipped forever. This man, who previously turned jail time into a business deal, has shut down Mendeecees Harry's and his cunning side chick drama with Jasmine. Yes, that Jasmine, whose baby bulge keeps reappearing like a horror movie sequel, and no one inquired why Yandandy said boy at the end. Is it true that she stormed out in the middle of the shot, threw her ring in the closest garbage can, and contacted her lawyer before Mona could even yell? After years of hiding his filth, who released the receipts that broke her last nerve? Cut. Believe me, what I'm going to reveal will make the infidelity claims from the previous season seem like a bedtime tale. Get some popcorn, conceal your loyalty hashtags, and hope your man's direct messages are cleaner than the tea simmering behind Yandy's perfect Instagram videos is hotter than anything Starbucks has ever dared to offer, so grab your leftover popcorn. And get ready, fellas, because this meltdown is only getting started. You think you understand the story, honey, but you don't even know half of it. Let's go back in time and see that the writing was all over the walls of the mansion and the Airbnb rental before Yandandy abruptly shut the door on Mendes, not to mention the rented hotel lobbies where Jasmine kept showing up like a horrible advertisement that you couldn't avoid. Now, for Mendeecees' Oops I Did It Again Harris, he's been offering charm with a dash of drama since his love and in his early days. Yandandy played the encouraging ride-or-die wife and experimented with courtroom appearances and motivational speaking engagements for disturbed youths. This man not only cheated, but he almost made it into a brand, youth irony at its best. Fans referred to them as black love goals, ignoring the fact that this man's allegiance was only as steady as his parole. And then there's Jasmine. Some people claim she's the bad guy, while others insist she's the victim of a sweetheart, talking con artist in Gucci slides. In any case, this lady understands just which reality TV buttons to press. She didn't make a covert entry into Mendeecees' orbit. Rumors have it that she sat next to him by chance at a charity dinner while wearing after a few late-night business meetings. The dress was so tight that the tablecloth required treatment. Later, there were rumors of a pregnancy bump that persisted despite several NDAs, but Yandandy is no fool. While the public supported her more than the IRS during tax season, she at least didn't want to be. She shared cryptic forgiveness as development comments, kept the family images coming, and even put an end to infidelity rumors on reunion programs. Actually, is it your fault that her VH1 checks don't deposit themselves? Playing the devoted wife was part of her brand. However, this is when things go from being trashy to being completely radioactive. Jasmine wasn't satisfied with merely whispered tales anymore. She wanted a payday, a spin-off, or both, and she knew just how to achieve it by using the receipts to prove that she was the mistreated baby mom. Because even Carl doesn't want to get paid, we'll name him Anonymous Carl. Brought into this allegation that Jasmine had been hoarding voice notes, direct messages, and embarrassing hotel photographs for months. She had even boasted to her former buddy that she would turn Mendeecees' entire redemption story into a when the day finally arrived. It began with a leaked photo of a hazy image of Jasmine relaxing in a hotel bed with a very recognizable tattooed arm thrown across her abdomen. It went viral on Twitter, then TikTok, and finally everywhere. "He's mine too sis," was posted on a shady gossip website with a pulse. Suddenly, the internet went crazy, and fans burst. Yandandy had best pack his bags and his mama's not men's back at it like he never left prison. Sis has to call Mona and get that solo spin-off as soon as possible. On Sunday morning, Yandy's PR team worked harder than eggs at a Waffle House, first claiming Photoshop, then they just fell silent when further images appeared, some of which included new timestamps and an eerie room service bill. After all, what can you say when your spouse is physically caught with his devotion down at his ankles? Fans didn't need translation since they were bombarding Jasmine's comments with cryptic TikToks with captions like, "Some truths can't stay hidden forever." Jasmine was doing what she does best in the meantime. Mendes, the guy who formerly made heartfelt speeches about being a better father for his children, erased posts, turned off comments, and, according to rumors, even switched off his phone. He also used everything from pitchfork emojis to prayer hands. Couch hopped from one cousin's basement to another until he could come up with a way to turn this most recent catastrophe into another sympathy tour. But you know who wasn't keeping quiet? Yandy. You see, people don't realize how much this woman is when she's finished. She's done. According to word on the street, she packed a single Louis Vuitton bag, gathered her children, and left the Atlanta home before Mendes could. As soon as she saw Jasmine's comfortable hotel photo appear on her social page, struck her with another bouquet of flowers and a lengthy speech about progress. According to inside sources, Yandy contacted her lawyer from the car and made hotel reservations for herself and the children after a nosy neighbor with binoculars reportedly under a false identity to avoid the attention of reporters and Jasmine's Instagram posts, since she wasn't going to offer Mona Scott Young free footage for the upcoming season if she was going to ruin this marriage. Additionally, as Yandy was planning her spectacular farewell, Jasmine was virtually bursting champagne as she posted a series of petty Instagram posts, each one showcasing half-faced mystery guys, cryptic baby goods, and a suspiciously framed ultrasound images. Jasmine would always place dead last next to a stack of $100 cash if subtlety were an Olympic event. In the meantime, Mendeecees, the guy in the hurricane's eye, remained underground and his social media became darker than a Kardashian's divorce, following a split, but not dark enough due of a little phone accident. A muffled but unmistakable Mendeecees whispered, "Look, just keep quiet a little longer, okay? She can't prove it." Oh lovely baby loyalty, the internet exploded once again. Fan pages began comparing voice notes like forensic scientists on CSI Atlanta, and the hashtags went crazy. Hashtag Mendeecees Istrash, hashtag Team Yandy, hashtag Abmama Drama, hashtag Defend Yandy at all costs, and Yandy's determination grew stronger with each trending hashtag. She wasn't simply going to leave, she was going to ensure that Mendeecees' next reunion gig included a financial audit. Paternity test, and perhaps a spin series called How to Lose a Wife in 10 Lies if Jasmine played her cards correctly. But wait, because Jasmine was about to make a move that would have caused Yandy to chop off the locks on the marital residence. Transformed this disaster from tabloid garbage to full-fledged courtroom reality TV gold, and I promise you that you will want to charge your phone for what comes next. Imagine Yandy contacting her divorce attorney while Mendeecees is missing in some place. Presumably practicing false tears for the reunion in a cousin's basement, and Jasmine, well, Jasmine is going to completely turn the tables on the whole thing. Since, to her, this isn't just a scandal but also a plot and a paycheck, with her personal retaliation tour completed with flawlessly laminated lashes and a baby bulge the morning after the voice note leak. Jasmine did what any respectable chaos queen would do. She posted an unexpected Instagram live. Flashy ring light, no makeup artist, just her grin that said, "This is going to break the internet," and her huge Fashion Nova sweater that was strangely inflating over her belly. In a matter of seconds, more than 50,000 inquisitive followers descended upon her live stream, and comment sections erupted like Times Square. Show the bump, sis, drop the DNA findings. Yandy deserves more, and Jasmine lapped it up like a red carpet diva. Her unnamed source added, her best friend Kima, who can't keep quiet to save her life, screen shared a few direct messages in the interim, as she talked about betrayal on both sides and how she never intended to hurt anybody. Fans devoured the live footage before Jasmine had concluded the interview, with clips purportedly showing Mendeecees pleading with her to keep quiet until the reunion check cleared. Yandy against Jasmine. The final showdown was the headline of the reunion episode that fan sites republished, tagging Mona Scott Young. However, Jasmine didn't stop because, you know what's more precious than sloppy live rants? 10 minutes after the live event ended, Jasmine shared a rotating collection of images. One had a Cash App transaction marked for the newborn babe BottleBot, while another was an old hotel booking confirmation under, and the third is only a partial ultrasound with her name tagged and a huge statement, "A woman can only hide the truth for so long." This identity coincidentally matched one of the guy's DCs used on a club flyer back in 2015. Cue every gossip website. In the meanwhile, poor Yandy remained absent from social media, and the shade room that was published on Twitter transformed into a virtual courtroom. TikTok designers also woven the story into little soap dramas with dramatic background music. Fans knew Yandy's quiet was serious since there were no cryptic Instagram quips, tweets, or even a passive-aggressive nar. Yandy's Last Straw: Love, Lies and Receipts, the working title for her upcoming confession, was leaked by a junior producer. It said, "Get Yandy on camera crying equals ratings Jasmine pregnancy." Because loyalty is optional in the love and hip hop world but controversy is required, test means double ratings, and Mendeecees' apologies equals a viral clip. Let's now discuss fan responses. Fans are so committed in this one that they're making PowerPoint slides that monitor timestamps, hotel addresses, and analyze Cash App usernames like FBI interns with too much spare time. The Jasmine vs. Kirk Frost affair was crazy. Viral TikTok even plotted the dates of Mendeecees' trip against the growth of Jasmine's bump. Spoiler alert, the math doesn't work out in Mendeecees' favor, and the brands, are anxious. Yandy's skincare line discreetly halted all. The greatest shift occurred 2 nights ago when Jasmine became intoxicated. According to reports, one children's hair care collaboration urged her to take a mental health sabbatical from content. Translation: we don't want to be taken into baby mama court. Fans quickly spotted Mendeecees' notorious arm piece after Off-Live Clout tweeted a hazy boomerang at a posh eatery in Atlanta. Guess whose arm was in the corner of the clip? Within minutes, screenshots of the image circulated Twitter. This is a plot point. Yandy should put him and the lawyer on fast dial. In the meanwhile, Yandy's close friend gave an exclusive to a small gossip website, and Yandy had already relocated her children. Mendeecees went to her mom's house, changed her Netflix passwords, and disabled all of the cards she might use to complain and eat with Jasmine again. If that isn't a contemporary breakup, I don't know what is. And guess who is going to cross paths with each other at this weekend's surprise shoot has Jasmine Yandy and Mendeecees, a leased penthouse, 3 cameras, and Mona Scott Young speaking into a headset while standing behind a fake potted plant. Keep going, don't cut, whatever happens, sources promise. According to rumors, Yandy's attorney may interrupt the filming in order to serve Mendeecees with a divorce, but Jasmine intends to deliver the last bombshell right there, the whole printed DNA report to rub in Yandy's face on camera for maximum effect. And fraudulent documents that include Jasmine's invoices for added flavor. Imagine the memes. Imagine the breakdown. Imagine Mendeecees' face when he understands that the 2 women he attempted to balance are going to financially and emotionally destroy him, possibly legally, even before the reunion special airs. So, grab some popcorn, a charger, and hope your Wi-Fi stays strong, since anything that occurs in that penthouse might potentially disrupt the internet. However, don't blink, because Yandy's Uber as she approaches the building, her phone is ringing with lawyer texts, and Jasmine is practicing her victim speech. The last explosion is about to occur, and now we are there. The elevator chimes, the penthouse door opens, and the hip and love the hip-hop gods must be laughing somewhere, because what's going to happen inside this expensive suite is far worse than even the craziest reunion fight. Yandy leaves the house cool on the surface, but she's crying on the inside. Put her lawyer on fast dial and a folder in her hand so tightly that it may as well be a weapon, because, guess what? Yandy has been busy gathering her own receipts and the money, while Jasmine has been showing off sonograms and shady meals. Trail inside, Jasmine is ready for war with a cropped jacket that strategically displays just enough bump to have people arguing in the comments later. On the one hand, she has her own space as she sits on the velvet sofa. If everything works out, the phone is prepared to go live again. In the second manila packet comes the purported DNA evidence proving Mendeecees is the biological father of the child's number. At this point, nobody knows, and Mendeecees is actually perspiring in the instant Yandy and Jasmine meet eyes. He makes the classic guilty move of wearing sunglasses indoors and grumbling to a VH1 producer who is attempting to turn this disaster into yet another redemption story. Good luck with that, King. It's quiet enough that you can hear Mona Scott Young whispering to her cameraman, "Zoom in now." Then, Jasmine smirks, lifts her envelope like a trophy, and purrs, "I told you he's mine too, sis." The temperature lowers by a full 10 degrees for a heartbeat. Jasmine would be a fortune if she paid the rent, but Yandy doesn't bat an eye. She puts her folder on the glass table with a loud thump, and it contains copies of every questionable withdrawal ever made. Mentoring fee that inadvertently paid for Jasmine's spa treatments, and a clear chronology that links Mendeecees' bank account to Jasmine's Instagram flex photos. Go ahead and display your receipts, Yandy adds, voice calm. However, I packed mine too, and I promise that mine hit harder. A production assistant in the background attempts to stop a squeak. This is the epitome of reality TV. Jasmine's eyes briefly flicker, revealing a little break in her self-assured exterior, but she throws the DNA envelope on the table, and Yandy doesn't even touch it. Instead, she moves her folder closer to Mendeecees, opens it, and says, "I'm nearly bored. Read every page, because when I leave this room, you and the internet wishes it were a fly on that penthouse wall right now, because Mendeecees' last bit of coolness vanishes quicker the instant he opens that folder. This business partner can find out how to justify it to the court. He scrolls through page after page of wire transactions, ATM withdrawals that are disguised as event payments, screenshots of Jasmine at that alleged charity banquet where this problem started, and more than the alcohol on his breath. Every line item is a nail in his grave. Jasmine tries to butt in, waving her ultrasound as a symbol of innocence, but Yandy interrupts her with a chuckle so frigid it might freeze her. Phony tears in midair. "Congratulations, converted Family Guy brand. You may plead, lie, or weep, but I'm done. My lawyer is waiting downstairs with the paperwork and a camera. Have him, but you won't have my money at all." She gestures directly at Mendeecees, who is now perspiring like he's back on the witness stand. Focuses on Jasmine's face as it strikes her. The free ride ended, the hush money ran out, and Mendeecees said, he may still be the father, but once Yandy's legal team is on board, he will have no wife, no brand deals, and nowhere to hide. After washing him, Mendeecees makes a final Hail Mary. Apology, slipping eyeglasses over his nose and babbled about his sins. Family first, I'll fix this baby, please, he says, but Yandy merely stands. Jasmine realizes her leverage is eroding more quickly than her meticulously managed Instagram story images, so she starts a tirade about commitments he made, and they watch him squirm like the protagonist of his own cautionary tale. Created a condo that he promised to purchase and that Yandy ought to be grateful to her for revealing the truth. It's a tumultuous whirlpool of crocodile tears and half-truths, but it doesn't matter because Yandy is finished entertaining the crowd. She retrieves her folder checks. Without turning around, she drops the last bomb. VH1 can take your drama. I'll retain my dignity. Good luck to you both, you'll need it. She leaves with the door and the gentle click of high-end heels on marble. Shutting the door on years of falsehoods, leaks, and late-night rambling, Yandy's lawyer is waiting outside. With a new stack of documents as Mona Scott Young murmurs, "Cut no, keep rolling, this reunion writes itself." Jasmine's name marked in neon highlighter next to a potential co-conspirator in divorce paperwork. Divorce filing, fraud claim, asset freeze. Welcome to the reality show you can't unsubscribe from. By the time the sun sets in Atlanta, the following hashtags are trending on Twitter: hashtag Yandandy1, hashtag Mendeecees who, hashtag Team Yandandy forever, hashtag Jasmine fans support Yandandy like a vengeful army. One rapper tweets, "Ain't no way my sis." In the meantime, Jasmine attempts to spin as blogs provide hourly updates and YouTubers analyze every angle frame by frame, selling Mendeecees' demise in sharp 4K. Queens don't beg, they replace. This time, the fans aren't buying it. She does. Another sad, quivering live voiceover, saying she was duped by a man who promised her everything. Comments pour in on her stream, saying, "Girl, we saw the receipts. You wanted clout, you received bills instead." Mendeecees he reappears a few days later with a flimsy Notes app apology, promising to treat all of his children with dignity and to honor their mother, not his wife, mind you kids. The subtle downgrading is not missed, however. Yandandy is busy taking back her image. She releases a chic black and white picture session called Unbothered, the new chapter, and reveals a collaboration with a leading attorney to assist women in protecting their finances in marriage, because nothing monetizes sadness more quickly than a rebranding recovery path. She even teases a podcast called Trust But Verify, and the audience go crazy for it. Our queen is winning Yandandy for president. Next reunion, Mendeecees lost his title as a result of Jasmine's fraud, and Yandandy left the marriage with the bag, the fans, and her peace of mind intact. Believe me when I say that Yandandy laughed on her way to the bank. It won't be the last time you hear from her, because, in the world of hip-hop and love, karma may take its sweet time, but when it does, it comes with camera crews, receipts, and a fresh NDA that has to be signed. So, to everyone this time, the queen fled the building and slammed the door so forcefully that Jasmine and Mendeecees might never locate the keys again. Stay attentive, stay petty, and remember loyalty. Who thought Yandy would forgive again? Sorry, not this season. May be optional, but a skilled lawyer,